Have you ever noticed how often record profits are followed by redundancies? It's almost predictable. A company reports its best year yet, then 6 months later restructures, cutting costs and letting hundreds of people go. We've seen it across tech, finance, retail, industries that looked unstoppable on the surface. The headlines said growth, but inside, the numbers were telling a different story. These businesses were not thriving, they were drifting. Revenue looked really strong, but customer acquisition was slowing. Retention was weakening, and discounts were propping up short-term wins. Inside marketing, sales, and product, they were chasing different goals that didn't connect. Then the pressure hit, and as always, marketing was the first department to go. Cutting spend to save margin, losing visibility, then rehiring marketing again. Same structure, same outcome, different people, same pattern. Because the real problem was never the campaign or the team. It was the system rewarding activity instead of alignment. That's the blind spot, the part of your marketing system that looks fine from a distance, but is quietly eroding performance from the inside out. It's not one bad decision. It's a cycle of decisions made without the full picture. So what exactly is a blind spot? It's the space between what looks like performance and what actually drives growth. It's the gap you miss because everyone is focused on their own metric. They form slowly. It's a decision that's made without context. It's a metric tracked because, well, it's easy, but not meaningful. It's a product that's launched before audience insight catches up. And it's a rebrand that's led by design instead of strategy. Individually, none of these seem catastrophic, but together, they create a version of success that isn't real. And because no one is mapping the full system, these gaps compound over time. Marketing then blames demand, sales blames lead quality, finance blames cost. Everyone's partially right, but collectively wrong. And by the time these assumptions and these symptoms appear, churn, missed revenue, shrinking profit. And that's why blind spots are so dangerous. Over the past 20 years, I kept seeing the same pattern across every organization I worked with. Global brands, ASX-listed companies, fast growth startups, different industries, different goals, but the same frustration. Marketing teams delivering, but not growth. Leaders making smart decisions with incomplete information. And everyone convinced the problem was tactical when it was actually structural. That's when I realized the issue was not talent or effort or even strategy. It was the system itself, the way marketing was being measured, managed, and connected inside the business. That's what led me to design the Blind Spot Diagnostic System, a framework to help leaders see the hidden risks inside their marketing ecosystem before they become expensive problems. Because blind spots don't live in isolation, they sit across your entire marketing system. They are in how you define your audience, position your brand, price your product, align your teams, convert your leads, and retain your customers. Every marketing breakdown I've seen traces back to one of these 7 pillars. Let's break that down. The first one is audience. Who are you targeting? Most businesses think they know their audience. They've got neat personas on slides and assumptions that feel true. But markets shift, people evolve, and your data is only as good as the questions you're asking. Remember when brands assumed only young consumers drove the sneaker culture? Then Nike's research revealed the power of the 35 plus market, people with spending power, identity, and loyalty. That's what happens when you test assumptions instead of trusting instinct. The second one is positioning. Tropicana's rebrand in 2009 is still one of the most expensive lessons in positioning. They stripped away their most recognizable symbol, the orange with a straw, and lost $50 million in 2 months. The message, looking modern, means nothing if people can't recognize who you are. Positioning isn't just about being different, it's about being distinct. The third one is brand. Remember Jaguar's recent rebrand and how it divided the industry? Well, some said it was sleek, others called it soulless. But before we judge, it's worth remembering brand equity lives in memory cues, color, tone, heritage. Change those too fast and you risk severing emotional continuity. Rebrands don't fail on design, they fail when the news story forgets what made people care in the first place. The fourth one is product and price. Crystal Pepsi wasn't a bad product. I know, debatable. It was a misaligned one. Clear color sounded fresh and innovative, but it conflicted with what people expected from the Pepsi brand. The lesson is that innovation without customer logic is just expensive curiosity. Before you launch, test three things: the taste, price perception, and emotional fit with your brand. The fifth one is alignment. This is where most organizations quietly lose thousands of dollars. When marketing celebrates leads, sales measures conversions, and product chases features, you don't get results. I once worked with a company where each department hit target every quarter, yet revenue was declining for 6 months straight because their definitions of success were not connected. Alignment isn't a meeting. It's a measurement system. The sixth one is conversion. Most businesses think conversion is a funnel problem. It is not. It's a trust problem. You can't optimize your way out of broken messages, poor follow-up, or disconnected customer experiences. Think all of the times you've clicked on a promising ad, only to land on a page that feels like a different company. That's where you lose people. Not because they weren't interested, but because the experience didn't match the promise. The seventh one, retention. When retention breaks, it's really because customers don't like the product. It's because their needs evolved and the brand didn't. When Netflix lost millions of subscribers in 2022, it wasn't content fatigue. It was value misalignment. Customers didn't see the return on price increases. Retention is not a loyalty program. It's a continuous rematch between promise and experience. Every marketing failure I've seen, whether it's a mispriced launch, a tone-deaf campaign, or a rebrand gone wrong, traces back to one of these 7 pillars. The danger isn't that you have blind spots, you do. The danger is not knowing where they are. When you start addressing blind spots, the difference isn't subtle, it's systemic. Teams stop arguing about whose numbers are right and start aligning around what actually success means. Campaigns stop chasing quick wins and start connecting to business objectives. Products stop confusing customers and start creating loyalty. You move from activity to accountability, from doing marketing to actually designing marketing that drives growth. I worked with a B2B company that had spent months trying to fix its lead problem. They'd redesigned the landing pages, changed ad copy, even restructured the marketing and sales team, but nothing moved. Once we ran the diagnostic, the issue was obvious. They were targeting the wrong decision maker. Their audience strategy was 3 years out of date, and their positioning was written for a buyer who no longer existed. Once we aligned those 2 pillars, audience and positioning, conversion rates doubled in 90 days. Not because we changed the campaign, but because we fixed the system behind it. This is what happens across every pillar when you fix the right blind spots. Audience, you start spending less and reaching more people because you're targeting the right people who convert. In positioning, your messaging stops competing for attention and starts commanding it. In brand, you create emotional continuity that builds trust across touch points. In product and price, you stop guessing what the market will pay and start designing for value. And in alignment, teams move in the same direction, and that's when efficiency turns into growth. In conversion, your funnel stops leaking because trust doesn't break mid-journey. And in retention, customers become advocates. That's why I built the Blind Spot Diagnostic System, not as another framework, but as a reality check for your entire marketing ecosystem. It helps leaders see where growth is being compromised before it becomes a crisis. Because once you see your blind spots, you can fix them. And when you fix them, marketing stops being a cost center. Finance will be happy about that and becomes a growth engine.